Oh, hi there. Sorry I'm a little late. Hello, Cedric. I'm doing real well, thank you. Um, I've had a rough few months. I've been dealing with um, some pretty difficult times within myself because of the financial harm that was caused me in February. It just totally threw me off track. And they've been steadily like escalating ever since. This Paraiso character's been in my face like several times now. Um, they're all being manipulated by another message board and Kiwi farms. Um, the reason I'm live now is because I just discovered that Josh Moon owns his own hosting company. So I just put it to Cloudflare that the onus of shutting them down is on them at this point. And if they don't shut him down by Monday morning, I'm going to be in the courtroom looking for an order to shut it down. And that's that. That's where it's at. That's where it's going to be at. And they can laugh about the lawsuit all they like. They think they're dealing with a senile, totally deranged, fucking obsessed pervert. I don't know who's been feeding them their fucking Wheaties every morning, but this is too ridiculous. These are not club fingers. That's not club fingers. I'm sorry. I'm sorry to disappoint you. And my cough has nothing to do with COPD. The problem is all from here to here. And it always has been since I was a kid. My head's a booger factory. I get chronic post-nasal drip. And then I don't help it because I smoke way too much tobacco. So this is like, okay, well, let's have at it, kids. You know, I've been avoiding mixing it up with these assholes, but I'm ready for it today. Come at me. Oh, I wonder. I don't see anybody. They're not responding. I put a notice of the stream up at Discord. I'm not gonna get too. Oh, now we have a few more people, but I'm just at my desk, ready for a rhubarb. Come at me, boys. Bring take your best shots. We're not talking about me though. Hi, Percy. Welcome. If there are any people who are targets of Kiwi farms or other gangs of cyber terrorists online, please introduce yourselves. I'm great. It's a Saturday. I'm not sure what the weather's going to be yet. There's supposed to be rain in the forecast. I got a decent buzz going. By noon or 1 or so, I want to be out of here and go do my laundry because I want to be on the street by 7 or 8. We're going to shut down Kiwi farms. I filed a complaint with Cloudflare, but they're not the actual hosts. They're just kind of a proxy service. And it turns out that Josh Moon owns his own hosting company. There's also some bullshit going around about Josh Moon being funded by the Mossad. which wouldn't surprise me one little bit. But he does claim over 2,000 lol cows in his stable, in his barn. And there have been eight suicides, dozens of attempts, a couple of thrilled killings, 2 school shootings, the Christchurch massacre, and at least one last weekend shooters has been confirmed to be a member of the site. So did you ever get any satisfaction from Facebook about that awful person that was harassing you, motherfucker? You've gone well past any possibility of me ever being polite to you again, Israel. Call me. Let's have some fun. Because I'm going after AMB and Kiwi Farms, possibly as early as Monday morning. I'm waiting for a return call from the lieutenant. I don't know if you guys have bought her. I don't know if you guys have actually bought Peterson either. But the timetable right there's going to be something happen before the end of the week. Either the Tucson Police Department is either Cloudflare is going to pull the plug, Tucson Police Department is going to do something, or I'm going to federal court by the end of this coming week. That's where it's at. $100 says you're wrong, motherfucker. By the end of the week, something will happen. Hopefully, I won't have to be the one that does it. Cloudflare is either going to pull the plug on Kiwi Farms by Monday morning, or Peterson and his lieutenant are going to tell me that they're going to do something by Tuesday afternoon, or by Wednesday, I'm going to be down there trying to do something about it. It's going to happen. No game. No game. You people think you've been dealing with a mentally incompetent person, and you have no idea. You've been receiving really shitty intelligence about me. You don't have like 1/10 of the really interesting stuff that I know is stashed out there. Namaste, motherfuckers. So I'm just here right now dealing with my notifications here and there. You are one chat out of several that are going on. This is the only one where I'm actually talking to the camera, though. Oh, yeah, I was looking for something. Where someone was saying something about Epstein having introduced Melania to Trump, and I was looking for something that was from a guy named Zampoli, Paolo Zampoli, that claims to have introduced them at a fashion party. Shit, I burnt that thing up already. Oh. You want to word that better? I'm being abused. And there are a lot more victims being abused by the same people abusing me. Go back to gaslighting school, punk. Your shit's been exposed to Facebook, remember? Izzy, it ain't gonna work. I am what I say I am, genetically, and there's people above you that know that. And I sure have a really good grip on the credibility of the input that comes into my noodle. Okay, you're the one who's like getting signals from the wrong mothership, motherfucker. Some people think that Percy. Some people think that Epstein was the whole thing was faked and that Epstein was smuggled out of there. That's one to not like let go real easily. It's like, let's see the body, let's see the autopsy and shit. So I'm just gonna be back and forth. You guys are the only ones. Oh well, here we have an incoming call. Yippee! Go ahead, caller. Chicken. Okay, nobody's like really doing anything here. Only one person asked me about my post, which is okay too. Ooh, Django. So anyway, anybody else got something to say about this? Any Kiwi Farms victims? Any Kiwi Farm supporters? Come on. So I'm going by Wednesday. By Wednesday, Cloudflare will have pulled their plug, or by Friday, if the police aren't going to do anything, which I'll know by Wednesday as well. I'm in the courtroom. They've all left me absolutely no other option. Hopefully my friend will come up with an attorney before then. We're still hoping. I shouldn't smoke. I need to smoke a lot less. You can hear the roughness in my voice. I can feel it in my throat too. I need to keep myself real well hydrated and my throat lubricated with these lozenges that got menthol and eucalyptus and stuff in them. So the big news today has been Naturally, Epstein's, the main buzz this morning that I've been seeing is Epstein's apparent suicide and Trump's trophy photo with the baby, the orphan baby from El Paso. Boy, people are pissed about that. Really tearing him a new asshole over it. Well, hello, Michael Cocaine. Who are you? Tooting at me. What was I looking for? Oh yeah, another YouTube channel so that I could retrieve a video. I've got a young Republican used car salesman. The Republicans are going nuts over the green shirt guy at the city council meeting, laughing their people out of there. So the Republicans are upset. So this guy's trying to run some bullshit at me, and I kept truth bombing him, and he kept coming back with ad hominem bullshit and never addressed any of the premises. And so now I'm dismissing him with George Carlin's shtick about George. Look for George Carlin's best 3 minutes about why you have to be like brain dead to believe in the American dream and support like what's above you in the.
There's a reason. There's a reason.
In the food chain. You're supporting like your oppressor. What's keeping you down? It's that trickle down thing. It's like the big bird shits on the bird sitting below him. You've seen the cartoon of the birds on the power pole where it just like trickles down, and the birds on the bottom pole are all just covered in shit. This is one of them people on the like bottom pole that is trying to find something to shit on so that he can feel like he's not being shit on. That's all that's going on with you fucking consumers. Just stop buying into it. Life gets really simple too when you don't have a lot of desires. Try working on $10 a day. Just budget yourself to $10 a day for a week and see how you do it. That's for everything that's not in your refrigerator or gas tank. Every day. Try it. Ruh-roh. I hear thunder. Shit. I want to be on the street by like 7 or so tonight. There's something going on. Oh yeah. The green shirt guy meet and greet is over at the Mercado this evening. What time is that? That's what I'm aiming at. 7 o'clock at Thunder Canyon, which is going to be, I'm pretty sure that's over in the New Mercado district. No, it's not. It's downtown. That's even easier. It's right downtown. It's 220 East Broadway. Cool. Cool. At 7 o'clock, I'm going to be there from 7 to 9. That'll be fun. I'll stream that, but I can't stream at Facebook or at YouTube from my phone. They don't let me do mobile. I guess my monetization isn't like up to snuff for it. I don't know. So Israel, did you chicken out? Did you do I was almost hoping for people to come and get in my shit today. Nobody's called. That's okay. I'm going to be online for a while. But I'm at my desk waiting for trouble, looking for trouble. but I'm not even finding any trouble to stir up anywhere, and I really don't want to be bothering with I really don't want to be bothering with anything on those sites. Exactly. I might go read some of it just for shits and giggles. That's, just to give you an idea. You know, I wrote once about a shark. I thought it was a cute little vignette that I felt like writing about. Little did I know, these people are gonna say, now I shit myself all the time. And yeah, I'm fucking 65 years old and I got a funny prostate. It dribbles a little bit sometimes before I get to the toilet. Big fucking deal. That's not pissing myself all the time. It's just amazing how they distort things. Oh, they said, oh, but those are your words. No, those are my words taken out of context with your fucking derangement projected into it. So do I have to do an insight insight do a reading that's gonna like provoke people? Well, here's a call to Arkansas. Hello. Excuse me. I'm sorry. I'm not hearing you properly. What are you saying? You're still coming in garbled. Could you speak more clearly, please? I'm sorry. You're totally unintelligible, sir. And they probably are doing that on purpose. So we'll block your number. We don't need to hear from you again. No point in saving any of it because it's all being done from non-fixed VoIP. They just kind of rent the number for the moment. Hello, let's get back to my home screen. Home screen, please. Home screen. Enough of this shit. Come on. Fuck. There we go. What was I doing? Oh, yeah, blocking that last number. Oh, good. It's easy in this one. Just bring it up. Bam, it's in the 3-dot menu. Okay. So if there's any Kiwi farm targets or Kiwi farmers in the audience today, speak up, please. I will be, let me bring it back to you where it's at. Josh Moon responded to my complaint to abuse at the hosting company with I own the hosting company, dude. And I'm about to send him, you don't know what, oh, and then he sends something else. Stop bothering, I'm copying the police to the correspondence. And he says, stop bothering the police, you blathering freak show. They don't get paid enough to deal with your body odor. And I'm responding to that with, you don't know what I smell like, but I'm sure your skeevy, perverted ass has fapped plenty of times wishing you had your shriveled pencil dick up my bunghole. Little boy, it's time for the next level. I'll be filing for an emergency injunction against your site next week as a class complaint unless Sergeant Peterson and his LT tell me they're going to deal with it on Monday, or Cloudflare pulls the plug on you. And that's getting sent to him right now. He's really a little disgusting piece of shit. I'd love to know where he actually lives. I think it's really his mother's basement. I hear he's what they call a feeder. Has a fetish for fat kids. Anybody got anything on that? That was an interesting story, and it gets him upset. I've seen him react badly to that shit. Let's see. I should close down some tabs here. We really don't need this open right now. Or that. Better leave that open. Don't need that. Need that. Don't need that. Don't need that. Don't need that. Or that. We do need the Gmail open in case somebody wants me there. Okay. Well, I'm ready to just kick back for a while until like somebody shows up and wants to interact some. I'm just here. Okay. Double checking your door again. Ask you to review for the following domains. Oh, I gotta check my contact info on my domain details. That's cool. Part-time Tucson jobs. Well, here's an interesting one, but that looks like full-time. Let's see what that says. Hairstylist, no. Data entry clerks. Income focus group. You better check that. UPS package handler at the warehouse. I don't know if I want to do that much schlepping, but it is coming up on that time of year when it's good money. And I might be able to move up into the office when they see that I have certain skills, if they have the openings. Retail product merchant, no, I don't think so. This looks like something I could do. Receptionist, office assistant. What's a vor fetish? No, I've seen a few things. Hey, Kenny, how are you? Oh, Adam, or not. You're gonna need to do something to verify that you're really Adam Bucksbaum, or I'm just gonna blow you off, dude. Okay. I mean, you're not gonna play good cop here if I don't think you're really Adam. So please prove yourself. It's not gonna do it, man. You're gonna need to like contact me on the side right now. I'm not buying it. I'm not buying it. Just say so. I've been on the internet too long. I'm not buying it. You need to prove it right now. Send me something with your picture, a fresh picture, to my email. Or better yet, say something to me at Facebook right now, and I'll buy it. Otherwise, you're getting blocked, whoever you are. What's Neko Shoda? Oh wow. Oh wow. Thank you, Percy. Not really, man. It's probably public knowledge. I'm sorry for your loss. I didn't know that. I'm serious. I've been gamed by some slick people. Please, contact me elsewhere to confirm that that's really you here. Okay? Yeah, to keep it elevated. Okay. Okay, Adam. Sorry about the dog, man. But you need to be aware that when I go in, there are 3 organizations that I'm naming. And I'm not naming you as a defendant, but you're being named as a witness in regard to the Rainbow family people that have caused some serious harm to me, specifically Parisho. And I have screenshots of your conversations with him while he was stalking me at the gem show. Um, oh, good, good. I'm glad the dog didn't get killed. That you do. Good luck with that. Crowdsourcing, man. Just put out a bag. Where are you? I thought you were in Europe or something. But seriously, Rainbow family's being named. People are dying. There's a dead sister that I'll be mentioning. It's who it is hard to say. Oh, somebody else would had him. Oh, that's sad. I'm sorry, man. Are you back from Europe? That sucks. That does suck. Sorry about that. Let's see what else is going on. I'm on the wrong account now because of that. Okay, Mary Jane, yes, you're cool. See, I have you blocked, or we have each other blocked on my public account. And you sent me that message on my private account. What and you had, you had to be part of the consensus that decided to toss me out and buy into that bullshit that Grace Canis stirred up. Okay? That's gonna be like in the complaint. I'm going in with a restraining order on the sites. Or Kiwi Farms is getting its plug pulled just by the host. Actually, by the service provider for the host, because he owns the host. Let's see what else is going on here, and I'm going to get out of here because that's not where things are going on today. I'm trying to avoid using the private account unless the public one is blocked, and I'm watching my mouth on the public one. I got blocked for a comment you probably never saw in that discussion about improvised weapons. Because of the way I worded it, it looked like a threat. They only blocked me for a day though, which was cool. Yeah, Epstein's death today. I'm sure he was close by. Yeah, the Epstein thing is like big zooming. Hi. Well, I don't really want to talk about the rainbow drama either. That's like the bottom stack of it because most of it emanates from AMB and Kiwi Farms anyway. Um, it's always been the way it is now. It just wasn't quite so obvious because the filtering was better with the first generation A campers. That's all it is. It's no different than it ever was. Hello, Mason. I have no way to do that, man. I'm lucky to keep myself safe. I'm offering to stand for anybody who's being targeted that can show like reasonable like evidence of it when I go and file for my own complaint is the best I can offer. But that's good about the dog. Well, yeah, I do have some room in my backyard, but nobody's really needed it. Most of the time, my backyard is used for just people traveling through. I need to refill my water. Be right back. Yep, that's thunder. Shit. Let's look at what's going on out there. Oh, yeah. It's all black to the east. We're going to get juiced mid-afternoon. So hopefully it'll be done by the time it gets dark. Okay, we back. Oh, you have somebody who needs help? Um, I may be able to, I'm available. Um, tell me what's going on, but not here. Do it in my, at Facebook Messenger or in my email or something. I can try and help on that. And if it has anything to do with immigration, I'm friends of the red and white shirt guy and the green shirt guy. I don't know the green shirt guy. The red and white shirt guy is my friend, so I might be able to steer her to something through them. But I definitely my yard, my standard is like I got 3 days that you don't have to do anything but relax and show me what you're going to be about and show me what's going on, and then we go from there. The only help I have for an idiot with club fingers is you get one more chance to say something. Well, now you're gone. Goodbye. Yeah, I mean, if you Kiwi farmers want to come and jump in my shit with something real, go ahead. But you want to talk shit, stupid shit, and just shit post. Goodbye. You're done. Yeah. Do IRTOLPAY? How do you say that? No, I don't even care. We're getting more interest here. We got 10 people. Hello, folks. Say something, because I'm cruising at the moment. I have Facebook, my Hotmail, Discord, my Gmail. I don't need that. Oh, I wanted to look at that, and I wanted to look at that. I wanted to look at that. Just some jobs. And I can go and look at Kiwi Farms or A and B if somebody's got something specific they want to talk about. But otherwise, I'm just kind of with my friends at Facebook mainly. Friends and groups, you know, these guys talk about like how I don't have any friends, and like there's people I've known for over 30 years that I'm connected to at Facebook. And there's people online that I've known as long as 10 years. That some of them are very good friends, and some of them I met in the real world. Then there's, I don't know, 50, 60 people I know in Tucson that I also know at Facebook. And then there's all these groups that some of them have like, you know, 10, 20,000, 30,000 members, and they enjoy my shit. And some of the groups sometimes will get a couple of hundred likes on something I post, 20, 30, 40 shares. And then there's the groups I own. Transgender Science has just crossed 500 members. And I think the Transgender Caucus is right around 450, I think, right now. You know, it's like, I'm not angry and happy and all alone. I'm not demented, senile, have club fingers. And I'm not attracted to anybody of any age, any sex. And I would not entertain the solicitations of anybody under about 35 at this point in my life. Okay? So put all that other shit to rest. And we have a new person wanting into transgender science. But they have, oh yeah, daughter is transgender and she's a psychologist. Fuck yeah, of course we want you in our group. Male and female transgender wants to keep up with the science. Of course, yes, thank you. This group has got a nice array of people. We've got transgender people, we've got their families, and we've got the healthcare providers in the group. And no trolls. At least none that have like stuck their heads up yet. Transgender Caucus doesn't have any trolls either. I don't put up with it. And nobody, none of the mods have been owners of any of the groups that I participate in a lot will put up with it either. It's like, take that hate somewhere else. It's just mean, stupid shit that none of us have any time or desire to even be addressing. You know, I get they want to get me arguing about shit that they are basing their arguments on like mythology and like debunked pseudoscience, obsolete understandings of what's going on with transgender people. It's like, no, come on, I got no time for that anymore. You know, most people really wish that everybody, I mean, this is queer and straight, trans and cis, everybody, most people wish everybody just shut the fuck up already about gender identity and sexual preferences. People are what they are and they do what they do, and if you don't like it, don't fucking look. And certainly don't be going and making somebody else's life more difficult than it already is just because you're offended by the way they are due to some misunderstanding that you have acquired from your fucking pastor. Excuse me. Excuse me. You know, get me raging too much. I feel too Thomas when I do that. No, and that sleazy little fucking fascist furry fucktard. That's like one of their leading mambo drivers. This motherfucker. He's, he's got such a bad tranny fetish. It's pathetic. You know, you got to be like uh, ultra feminine, or you're just not a real trans person. Um, and I'm not ultra feminine. I can't be. That's just silly at my age and my life experience to do anything other than what I'm doing now. And most people have no problem accepting me as a female person. And more people uh, every week don't have to be asked. Yesterday, someone was in the apartment next door, and I was talking to them, and she was on the phone, and she referred to me as that lady next door. I was having helped her out with something. She was having trouble with the remotes. That's nice. You know, these fucking fools are the only ones that like try to call me a fake. And now with the club fingers. I don't have COPD. I have allergies, chronic upper respiratory bullshit due to pollen, dust, and smoke. And a note from my doctor if I need one, you motherfuckers. Come on. I'm in really good health for someone who's 65 years old. Real good health. I'm very proud of the way my insides are working right now, in spite of the abuse from tobacco, and in spite of all the injuries. And I owe that to marijuana. I really do owe it to weed. Weed helped me keep from killing anybody that was making me want to. Uh, weed helped me eat when I couldn't eat. It helped me sleep when I couldn't sleep. Uh, it satisfied my need for escape, so that I never put a needle in my arm. Never did heroin more than one day in a row. Uh, I had a short little few months with cocaine in Texas because I couldn't get any weed where I was living, but walked away from that when crack cocaine. Walked away from that. That stuff's nasty. Least bang for your buck. And the people selling it and the people using it are the most just disgusting people. I think the only thing worse is tweakers. But I never liked being drunk. I don't like being around drunks. I don't, even happy drunks are like really tedious to be with. Um, Violent drunks are just impossible. Violent drunks who pick fights with people in public while you're out with them drinking are really bad. I had a partner in crime in California who was like a fifth generation Dutch sailor drunk, who had to have a half pint of vodka available in the morning just to get over his DTs when he woke up. And boy, you put some scotch in him and he's ready to go at it with anybody. And one day, some guy like 4 times his size, he decides he's gonna engage him in mortal combat. And the guy just kept knocking him down. He kept getting back up and jumping back in his face. Kept knocking him down. Must have been 8 or 10 times he knocked Danny down until he finally just begged us to hold him so that he could leave. and one of the other brothers just threw him up against the back of the bench and put his elbow across his forearm across his throat, and held him long enough, for the guy to get away. Okay, I don't want to. I'm sorry. I'm getting a little hot in here. Oh boy. Well, I'm kind of disappointed. Hello, Nikki. What's happening? Kind of disappointed. I was really hoping for someone like Josh to show up. He was all real bold in the email earlier, but he's not here now, and nobody's being responding to anything um at Discord. Yeah, on Facebook, it's just the usual. I could step in and do. There, it's just the usual jibber jabber about current events and shit. Some interesting discussions. Here's this is in the Standing Rock Protectors pipeline protest group that stayed together after the standing. It's got over 100,000 members, and both of the admins, or two of the admins, are friends at this point. So I've been around it for a few years now. So there's one from one of the moderators that I don't really know about the Trump's. It's the Atlantic article about Trump's El Paso photo is obscene with the baby. It just really is. Here's this fella saying the president's callousness has reached a new low, smiling, flashing a thumbs up next to an orphaned infant. A really exceptional work of obscenity, like a really exceptional work of beauty, exceeds the ability of its viewers to fathom what they just saw. Did that just happen? But how? What sorcery created it? Words don't arrive, and the stammering gives way to silence. Well, on this one, the stammer ain't giving way to silence, and with Photoshop, somebody chopped the hamster cage around the kid. A lot of people are talking about how it's a trophy photo where it's like, way to go, kill a bunch more Mexicans. That's not the dad. Thunder's getting a little closer and louder. It's still way back up there and on the way east. I have to check with somebody on the east side. I have a friend who lives way out east. I probably ought to take a look at the forecast too while I'm at it. Anybody here? Okay, what's up? Yeah, I know how I said I have no trolls. There are 6 troll accounts in transgender science, and they're used to befriend people. Whoa, baby. Well, how come nobody's reported that to me? Heck, could you please give them to me so that I can ban them and block them? That's typical. And thank you for that information. I wonder if they told him the honest truth. You know, I never fucked a dog, and a lot of people get their dogs off, and that's as far as I'm going to go with that. It's not for the person's pleasure. They're not exploiting the dog. Dogs like to get off, and some people help their dogs get off. Period. And then the children thing is bullshit. The only reality is that there was a not quite 16-year-old girl who was in bed with my partner at the moment that invited me in, and the whole thing fell apart real fast because the older woman got upset. End of story. So, like, whatever they're selling is bullshit. No trolls. I said no trolls have any nerve to stand up in my groups, but there's going to be oh no, I haven't seen the documentary yet. It goes deeper, you know. The actual, and I really don't want to go into it here now. Definitely not. It goes much deeper than that she was a runaway, because she was not completely cut off from her parents. It's kind of an in and out thing. I have no idea. Oh, there was one that was edited, for sure. That's just the way that they interpret what I say. Yeah, she was a runaway, but not in the sense that she ran away and never came back. She never cut her parents off, and she finally went home and went to college and got married and had kids and took care of her parents in her old age. So fuck that other dumb shit. You know, they're just reading shit into it to satisfy their own agenda. Well, no, she was not quite 16. She'd been on her own, making her own decisions since she was 9. And she had been living with a guy for a year before she came to us. You know, they had just broken up. And she decided she wanted to invite me in. You know, she and the ex-old lady were apparently like seriously bi. And they were all sweaty when I walked in the door. And there was nothing immature about this young woman. You know, she was a very talented performing artist, brilliant drawing and poetry and shit. And she was very, you know, mature enough to be making informed decisions about her sexuality at that point. There's not, you know, in most of Europe, the age of consent is 15. Okay. This girl was almost 16. Most of the civilized world does not see what happened as anything horrible. And I'm really sick and tired of having to defend myself because of like what people read in to what the real circumstances were. But I'd like to see this, Nikki. If you got a link to the documentary, what the hell is Sundance? Oh boy, are you talking about Sundance Film Festival? Where and when was it shown? No, that's okay. I opened myself to this, but that's what I have to say about this. I don't fuck dogs, and I'm not minor attracted, and all their evidence is based on bullshit they've read into things that I talk about as part of my shtick. This is part of where I am, where I've been, you know, and then they just take all this shit out of context and turn it into something that it's not. But I really want to know about that documentary. I got Sundance's site open right now, and I'm getting ready to give them a holler. Well, this is the festival hotline. I don't know if the festival is going on right now. Hello, my name is Tommy Wasserberg, also known as Tommy Tudor. I was just informed, and I need you to confirm or deny this, that an organization that usually calls itself Millennial Turkeys has entered a film that they made about me with footage that they've stolen and adulterated. And that these films are being used to incite violence against me. And I need you to confirm or deny right away, please, to 520-241-2776, whether or not that film is actually being shown at your festival. Thank you. Well, shit, now I don't even know which one is their phone. That's the one. We'll call the other one back. I'm sorry, I had an incoming call that confused me. Okay. We'll see. Soon they call back. I guess I'll call back the 312 number, see what that was about. Hello, I'm returning your call.
Hi, I got your number off of YouTube. My name is Dana King.
I'm sorry, I'm not following you real well. Could you repeat that, please?
My name is Dana King, and I was given your number by Crystal Ball, that is her YouTube name, and she said to call you that you could help me. And I'm just calling to verify that.
Are you the person that I was told in the live chat a little while ago who is like feels that they're targeted by the government and needs shelter right now?
Yes, I am.
Uh-huh.
I'm staying in a bed-bug-infested hovel, Wilmington, Illinois. I cannot receive medical care. My iron level is dangerous.
Where are you right now?
I'm in Burlington, Illinois.
Oh, Burlington, Illinois. Holy shit. I don't even know how I'd get you here.
I have no money. I will not have any money until the first of the month. So I'm kind of hold up here until then. And that someone can help me. But I don't know anybody. I'm kind of on my own.
Right, I'm getting that. I'm getting that. Let me get a pen here and a notepad. Shit, what do I do with my notepad? It looks like something big enough to write what I'm going to write. Yeah. Burlington, Illinois.
Burlington, Bloomington.
Say again.
It's B as in Bravo, Lima, L as in Lima, O as in Oscar, O as in Oscar, M as in motel.
Oh, Bloomington.
Bloomington, yes.
Bloomington Normal.
Yes.
Twin Cities. Gotcha. Okay. Tell you what. You're safe right now?
Yeah. The cops yesterday, they're very good. The local police are very, very sympathetic. But this is a situation where I gotta go. I can't get the help I need here. I've been unable.
What kind of help are you needing?
I need my iron levels. I need iron infusions. I need to be able to make a living. I'm working 2 jobs and they can't pay my rent, and I got caught in a drunk trap outside a bar. I was giving a friend a ride, and I got busted on DUI, and now I'm going to lose my license, and I'm going to have to pay fines, and I'm too physically sick to work. My iron levels are so bad that I'm physically weak, and I can't work now.
Do you have a clinic or somewhere that you can go to?
I don't have anywhere to go.
Do you have ID?
I have a military ID. They took my driver's license.
What about the VA if you got a military ID?
I'm a dependent and I was divorced. My husband put me in a situation legally married and cost me my insurance. So I have $360 a month income to my name at the moment.
What about
all I have?
What about state Medicaid?
I've got forms to fill out, but I don't want to stay here because I don't have. I just.
No, I hear you. Do you identify as LGBT?
No, I do not.
Okay. Because most of my best support contacts are going to be with them.
Listen, I have absolutely no problem with the gay community. As a matter of fact, I was married to a man whose boss ran all the gay bars in
Yeah, well,
Virginia.
yeah, it's my, you know, my best contacts are going to be with the gay community, followed by the traveling hippies.
Well, I am perfectly happy to. As a matter of fact, I have a long history and a good relationship with the LGBT community. I am not.
Yeah, that's cool. That's cool. But I'm just telling you what I'm expecting to be able to find for you.
Right.
There's an advocate in how far is Bloomington from Indianapolis?
A couple hours.
But it's only a couple hours, right? It's a straight shot between them, isn't it?
I believe so, yeah.
Yeah, because I have a friend who's an advocate in Indianapolis, and she'll probably know what's available in Bloomington.
Okay.
So
I've got a lot of forms to fill out to get some medical, at least get an iron infusion. Because if I can get an iron infusion, then it's possible that I could be healthy enough to.
Well, I would really recommend that you just follow through on that, especially since you're stuck there for the rest of the month.
Right. Yeah. I'm gonna have to do that because I'm just very weak right now, and I'm a very emotional. Like I can't work. Like I'm just too weak and emotional from the anemia. I've got a legit physical condition that's affecting my emotional and mental condition because anemia. I've almost died from this several times.
Right. Are you getting decent diet?
I can't eat. My teeth are falling out, and I can't get downstairs. So I'm trying to find like a tiny house sitting like a dental college or somebody will work on because I don't have any money, and if I lose my teeth, I'm not going to be able to eat.
Right. And on the first, you're only getting $300 and something.
Yeah.
Okay. And that's the only income you're living on at the moment.
Well, I can't too sick to work. Like I have a job, but I can't go to work because I'm a server, and I'm just too physically weak right now to even go to work. So it's like if I had the iron infusions and the B12 injections, I could work.
Okay. Well, let me see what I can find out for you.
Okay, I just got a bunch of paperwork here that I have to fill out, but I mean, I'm just overwhelmed by all of it, you know. I need help with the paperwork. I need help with,
Call 211.
Yeah, that's what they said to call that.
Yeah, call 211. St. Vincent de Paul.
Yeah.
Is good.
I need help with all this.
Yeah, you know, there's going to be all kind of churches and shit that'll do that. Here in Tucson, downtown, there's the Presbyterian Church will help people get all that hooked up.
Yeah, I'm just so overwhelmed that I just need someone to help me fill out paperwork.
There's plenty of agencies that'll help you, sister. There's a convent just like 2 blocks away from me that'll do it for me.
Really?
Yeah. We just gotta find them. 211 is gonna know.
Okay, I'll give them a call then. All right, thank you so much.
Don't take me on medicine, I swear. I hope I can help you.
I appreciate it. Honestly, this is what I need because I've just been alone in this and I've just been terrified. I don't really know. I was married and had a husband and had insurance and I don't know what to do. I'm honest with you. I've never been this alone before. Well,
we got the internet now and there's plenty of folks who've been where you are that are ready to, lend a hand. So let me make some inquiries and see who's near you.
Okay.
And now you have a safe domicile.
Well, it's relatively safe except for the bed bugs.
Okay, but it's like a fixed domicile indoors, and it's cool where you're at, and nobody's gonna want to run you out, and you can.
No.
Okay.
I think my landlord will be okay because I think he knows the situation and he's not trying to add to my problem.
Okay, so it's mainly getting you hooked up with the right health care.
Right.
Okay.
That's what I need.
Okay. That should be easy. Bloomington is that's a good sized town.
Yeah, it is.
There's going to be plenty of social services that'll cover what you need.
Okay, well, I appreciate it.
And what was your name again?
Dana, D-A-N-A.
Dana. Okay, yeah. Dana. It's nice meeting you, and good luck.
Thank you so much. I appreciate it.
I'll get back to you soon.
Yeah, please call me. Thank you.
Okay. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Oh, I can hardly wait to see what people are saying about that call. Heaven Coffin wants to meet up for a post credit. Oh boy. Let's get back up here. Okay, Angela, this is something I'm very concerned about, is these troll accounts that are contacting people on the side. Well, thanks for that admission, fool. Cops will find them eventually. Now you go chug some bleach. What is wrong with people that they get their jollies doing mean and stupid things to strangers? That's gotta, there's some real deep-seated pathology there. I never studied psychology, so I really can't speak to it, but boy, these are some sick turds. Just to put that kind of energy into fucking with people that they don't know. Well, it just doesn't make any sense. Oh boy. Here's an interesting discussion going on with the really serious folk. This is Kelly Winter. She didn't post it in the international health group because it's just straight up political. Today's required reading posted by my friend, soon to be Dr. Trudy Jackson. I would add that the top 3 layers of this graphic, called Pyramid of White Supremacy, constitute terrorism. Hate crimes and mass murders targeting an oppressed class are not ordinary crimes against individual victims. They're crimes against all members of the oppressed class, inflicting terror to entirely suppress their population in society, participation in society. So at the bottom of the pyramid, and this has been adapted from Ellen Turzoko and Safe House Progressive Alliance for Nonviolence's diagram. And it's a pyramid made up of steps. At the bottom step is indifference. Politics it is avoiding confrontation with racist family members. Politics doesn't affect me. There's 2 sides to every story, not challenging racist jokes, remaining apolitical, prioritizing intentions over impact. It's just a joke. Get over slavery. Not all white people. False equivocations. White ally speaking over POC. It doesn't matter who you vote for. Post-racial society. Why can't we all just get along? Denial of white privilege. Color blindness. We all belong to the human race. White savior complex. Now we're into minimization. Tone policing, claiming reverse racism, cultural appropriation, colorblindness, bootstrap theory, tokenism, racist mascots, English-only initiatives, Eurocentric curriculum, racist jokes, victim blaming, and now we're up to veiled racism, funding schools locally, predatory lending, anti-immigration policies, racial slurs, fearing people of color or queers, hiring discrimination, stop and frisk, racist profiling, school and prison pipeline. And now we're up to discrimination and mass incarceration, swastikas, burning crosses, Confederate flags, neo-Nazis, KKK, the N-word, and the T-word, and the F-word, and that's F2, the F-A word. Boy, they were just lining the parade route in Bialystok screaming faggot at those people. Thanks to the Archbishop giving a sermon like the week before. Violence, which the police so far have been able to contain, they managed to keep them off each other in Detroit and in Bialystok. You have unjust police shootings, lynchings, and hate crimes, police brutality. So calls for violence, and then you're up to mass murder. Excuse me. We're in a very dangerous time and place in this country, standing idly by and accepting the behaviors of the white nationalists who are terrorizing schools and nightclubs and this garlic festival. Good Lord, where are we going? How do we get here? And the fucking president having a photo op with the poor baby that his parents got both killed trying to shield him. He's going to have a photo with thumbs up and a big shitting grin on his face. And then I'm going to be told I'm being closed-minded about it. Well, fuck. I have an uncle that cut the locks on the camps for George Patton. He saw it with his eyes. I was brought up on films of it and grew up with children of survivors. I'm not going to see it here. I'm going to have to be dead before it happens here. So let's get down to where I entered this. So it's a Julie Hatch person. I'm in a Facebook discussion where I'm refusing to engage in rhetoric that accuses the fascist right wing of being cockroaches that need to be stamped out. They need to be convinced to kill themselves. I don't know. Just go chug bleach, boys. I think dehumanizing the other is what they're doing, and I believe we can confront and actively oppose the escalation of this pyramid without contributing to the escalation of hatred and dehumanization. It makes us hypocrites and contributes to the cycle of violence. How, though? Because you'll never persuade a fascist out of their beliefs. And any kindness toward fascists is seen as a weakness. I agree the rhetoric could change, but a physically strong and defensive approach is, in my view, the only way to protect the targets of fascism. Standing in between the targets of fascism and the fascists, yes, but it must be nonviolent. Also, in the main, it's fascists who deploy dehumanization tactics. Especially on the social networks, I think our most powerful weapon against these people is silence. Just fuck them. Just completely fuck them. Ignore them. Don't respond to them. If you have, if you feel strongly about it, speak some truth to the power about their claims to their audience. Fuck them. Just fuck them. Don't feed the trolls. Just talk to the audience about what's really real. These are people that are going to be your neighbors and your co-workers and the police officers and government workers and guy that serves you in the restaurant and all that happy shit. You don't have to allow these people into your lives. And by responding to them, you're accepting them. Just fuck them, drown them, and bury them in silence. Talk to their audience, and it works for us. And I'll get into that in my later on here. This is a really important discussion here. This is transgender women. This is all transgender women are close allies right here. I'm not going to name any of them besides myself and Kelly. So should I agree? Oh, here's the rain. Yippee. Get it all over with early. I agree the rhetoric could change, but physically strong. Oh yeah, okay, so here's the response from the first one. Yes, they're engaging in dehumanization of weaker and more vulnerable people. I agree that most fascists are a lost cause, but I've heard of instances where some of them have been turned around. There have been a few notable ones, actually. And I'm always playing to the fence sitters. Just like I said, I think it's best not to address those assholes, especially on their terms. And it's just much better to respond to the questions that people have in the middle that sincerely want to know. To say all of them are lost in fascism is in itself a self-fulfilling prophecy. Also, I think the main target in our rhetoric are those who are more neutral. See, she and I are on the same page here. Our being more logical and reasonable will show the disparities between what they see as two extremes. We won't win over the center with hypocrisy. If they see both extremes behaving the same way, they'll just say pox on both our houses. It's also an issue of what kind of people do we want to be? Do we want the fascists to bring us down to their level? Fascists or socialists, we're all human, and we can't let ourselves forget that. Oh, sister. So here comes Kelly. I disagree with the premise that hate-based oppression versus the rights of the oppressed are merely two sides of a debate. I do too. Or that punching down versus speaking up from the bottom of the food chain are in any way equivalent. True to that too. That is an appeal to moderation fallacy. As a trans survivor of neo-Confederate Southern culture and a human rights advocate of many years, I've learned that you cannot debate with hate. You cannot negotiate with dogma. What we can do is speak truth to power and enforce boundaries through laws, policies, political pressure, and nonviolent protests on the behavior of the minority of white male, straight, cis, supremacist hate that has infected this nation since colonial days, despite their disproportionate power. Drown them in silence. Address everybody else. And keep it chill. Remember, when you're going at it with a Nazi, it's not about you beating them or destroying their argument. It's about you impressing everybody in the rightness of your argument against the wrongness of theirs. And like this one says, you know, if you're both just slugging it out, being vulgar and obscene, talking a lot of horse shit, they're going to say pox on both of you. And then the first one comes back. I hope you're not mistaking my point to mean that I believe that hate-based oppression versus the rights of the oppressed are merely two sides of a debate. I was saying that the primary targets for political discourse are those in the political center, or more neutral observers who see things this way. But even within the fascist camp, we can't totally dismiss all of them as a lost cause, even if it's 1 in 50. Stereotyping distorts perceptions and discourse not matter where it's directed. She needs to fix that a little bit. Otherwise, I agree with everything else you said. I grew up in Utah, which is probably just as extreme as the South, yes. Especially rural Utah, where I graduated from high school and spent so much time as a river guide. I'm so privileged about where I grew up, you know, being queer where I was born. So I was born in the neighborhood. I never came out, but life was much easier for queers there. There were never any riots over where they could hang out. That's for sure. They had their own bars, and you know they were part of the neighborhood. That's how it should be. That's how it is here in Tucson too. It's like nobody gives a fuck if you're queer. What? Who gets bent out of shape about queers in public anymore? I mean, that's ridiculous. So here I come in and said to Kelly, I've been in the middle of all this us versus them stuff since the 60s on the side of peace and love. It's counterproductive to debate haters. You're not going to change their mind. As Bertrand Russell noted, it's foolish to mud wrestle with a pig because you both get dirty and the pig likes it. It's much more fruitful to be speaking that truth to power at their audience. These are the people who are our neighbors and co-workers they're trying to incite against us. And then she come back at me. She says, I stated above that my primary audience is not the haters. They are the people you just mentioned. And I think we are more convincing if we appear to be more reasonable and rational than the haters. What triggered me to write something was the post calling haters cockroaches. This is the same kind of rhetoric used by the haters. It dehumanizes a class or group of people. And even though it was directed at the haters, I felt that it brought us down to their level, making it harder for those you mentioned as our target audience to tell who is more humane and reasonable. I am all for speaking truth to power, even though I think those in power already know the truth and don't care. It's those we want to form alliances with that we need to talk about the truth. I noticed that. I was responding to Kelly. Everything the transgender community has gained in the 60 years that I've been watching has been won with the good-humored and gracious delivery of the true facts about being transgender, not going toe-to-toe with misinformed mental midgets on their terms. She says, yes, and I not only found that similar discussions myself to be rather traumatic, I'd only do it if there was a neutral audience listening in the wings trying to decide where they will come down on. Such a discussion can expose the hateful person as being emotionally unstable to others. Boy, that's one of the reasons I'm so notorious in people that really know about what I was up to between 1982 and 1999 is that I had a way of drawing out the wolves and getting them to show themselves. That's why I was called crazy. I'd just get right up in their face and provoke them until they snap. I didn't care if they had a gun or a badge. I intimidated one. One of them started coming out of his car with his stick, and I told him, man, you better just get back in your car. You see them people right there? They're filming. And he knew I could pistol whip him with his own gun. I was in really good physical condition at the time. And I used to work out with the dog right in front of their faces. They'd see it. It's like, oh, they're always real careful about the way they handle me. I only got roughed up once by the beach detail. Otherwise, they were real cautious about the way they talk. Always let me hand the dog off to somebody. They might put the cuffs on a little too tight if they were pissed or something, but that was the worst of it. Several years ago, Amy Goodman on Democracy Now! Aired a documentary about a black woman activist who challenged the Grand Dragon of the Ku Klux Klan to have lunch with her and talk about their differences. She was successful at bringing him around. He quit the Klan and they became friends for life. So it's not a complete waste of time, but the probability of changing this kind of person is low and too stressful for me. I'm going to skip down to Kelly's last word here. This is right on. This is where it's at. I'm so proud to be associated with people like her and so many other transgender people that are just standing up, just like they're doing real well at whatever it is that they do well, and they're standing tall and solid together on this. Setting aside the red herring arguments, defeating Trumpism in 2020 will not hinge on compromising with intolerance and racism to kowtow to a mythical Nixonian silent majority. The U.S. is politically more dimorphic than that. Instead, we must focus on speaking truth to power in ways that will energize and bring out progressives who refused to vote or squandered their votes in 2016. Instead of toning down our message of justice and equality to appeal to self-hating right-wing white women voters in Ohio,
I hope we sharpen and clarify the urgency of our message to appeal to Black women and millennial voters in urban centers where it really matters and people are really dying and getting hurt by it. You know, so you people out in suburbia and farmlands, you're supporting, you're allowing them to convince you to consent to the inexcusable. Dems historically losing elections when we are too divided and unfocused to show up. In my view, that's where we must focus our efforts. I'm going to see if there's a gift. On it, Skipper. On it. Hope so. Uh-oh, where to go? I haven't seen that yet. I don't know where that went. They might have deleted it. It was kind of a weird topic. Somebody that mentioned me. I better go check that out. It gets oh yeah, that I saw that already. Good. So I'm caught up there. Yes, Mason. Oh boy.
I don't know. You know, I don't. You know, when you say Transgender Alliance Network, it's real loose. You know, there's. No, I already talked to her. I talked to her. And I got somebody. You know, the closest person I know that's going to have information is in Indianapolis. And I need to contact her. And I need to look around a little bit and see who else I know anywhere near there. And inquire from Adam, who was here earlier, about what the Rainbow family might be able to do to help her. All the family I know is further north, Chicago and southern Wisconsin, and Michigan. Central. Well, yeah, I do, but not in the Rainbow family. They're artists. We'll see. You know, I'll make some inquiries. We'll see what comes back. If she can get here, I can shelter her long enough and get her on her feet somewhere. There's a vacant apartment in the building right now. I probably can turn off the notifications on that post. They've deteriorated to memes, fuck Trump and shit like that. Obscene, disgraceful, horrifically Trump. I don't need to be reading that. Let's see, someone wants to get into transgender science. Here's another practitioner. And the other one didn't answer the questions. I'm not accepting anybody who don't answer the questions. Sorry. That's really I'd like to know what the story is with Angela Jeffries, if you're still here. I better just take a picture of that. I better. I don't want to know what trolls in my group. I'm gonna have to post something in the groups. So anyway, not much going on there. I probably guess I could take a look at. Oh boy, this was something that was a little juicy earlier. Oh geez.
Yeah, they're trying to stick up for the woman that got laughed out of the city council meeting. The conservatards and libtards. It's so much fun to stand there in the middle and laugh at both sides. Nobody said anything in a little while. I'll see if anybody said anything at Discord. Oh. No, there's nothing going on there either at all. I suppose I should take it because I want to shut this down soon. It's been going on it's 2 hours now. Yeah, it's going on 2 hours. There's plenty. Especially since none of the chicken shit motherfuckers ever showed up and really tried to pull anything interesting. They always do that when I'm in good mood. They like stay clear because they know they can't like trip my trigger. Right? When they see me stressed is when they come after me because they know they can get me riled up easier. I'm in too good mood today. Smoking way too much tobacco and weed. Shit. Smoked that up half ounce up about twice as fast as I should have. This is about as close to Zooming as I've gotten in many years, several years. Since I started, I'm nowhere near it. I'm not even overamped. You know, I'm eating and I'm sleeping and I'm not like letting myself get real crazy and ramble too much. What was I going to do? Oh yeah, we were going to look at those idiots because then I want to get to looking at these jobs because I'm going to be 65 in November and I'm really tired of being poor. I mean, like as poor as I've been. I like to have a little bit of spending money and be able to have nice things, tools, nice tools. I don't have good tools right now. I really need to spend a couple of $4,000 on tools to have the tools I want. You know, and all I get, you know, I get a lot of ass pats from nice people and hugs and shit and nothing but shit from shitheads and, you know, forget about any crowdsourcing or any kind of support, patronizing my art. I'm almost ready to I need to like organize my thoughts on the CD. I think I have enough material to do a CD and get that out. Maybe I'll light up my Patreon and when I get the CD together. Okay, so we're gonna look at AMD, see what stupidity is going on there. Extra duck sauce, argle bargle. This are nomad. Okay. Here's the imposter. How's this gonna happen? Yeah, they're just laughing because of the new promise to sue. They're all real excited. Here's this extra duck sauce douchebag. Huh. You'll never show up. Here's this asshole. He's telling me, I'll come to your fucking house, you scaredy cat bitch. Your bitch ass will scream and hide and run. Try to call the cops. But you just gave me an open invitation so you can shove all those pre-qualifiers up your fat fucking ass, lol. And the channel is up, but you can't see it because I have you blocked on all fronts, so you can't report shit. Eat my dick and cry about it, fatty. This is a child. This is like a really stupid child. But will never do this. Tom sucks jizz from cocks with his toothless maul and has the audacity to say being gay is a healthy crisis. You're the biggest fucking queen here. Ha 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 ha. I don't say that though. I say that unprotected sex, anal sex with multiple partners like you engage in, you fucking foul faggot, is excuse me for using that word because that's not really what he is. He's a fascist furry. This is a pervert. This is an alt-right incel. Just these people are like really twisted. Anime, they're really into anime, the erotic anime, and they just like have no concept of reality, and there's no way. You too, Argle Bargle. I don't want to waste much time with these videos because it's the same shit. Yeah, type some more, you fucking bobblehead. When I come at you, you will run and piss and shit yourself like you always do. We have you on record, camera running. La. That's all you ever do is bitch. Come to my door, you stupid motherfucker, and you're going to find my fingers in your eyeballs, my knee up your ass, and my foot stomping on your instep before you even know what happened. On that note, I've had enough of that shit. These are just children. Stupid fucking chicken shit children hiding behind an anonymous internet connection. Total fucking losers. Hey, Top Dad, happy day, man. Total fucking losers. Let's see what's going on in the Kiwi farms, because then I'm going to shut this down, because maybe I'll play a little bit to get this bad energy out of my insides. I get so shaking from that shit. So what I tell people is like, please don't make me be Tom. I don't like being Tom. None of my friends like Tom. I don't, fuck you. Just leave Tom alone. Stop fucking dragging Tom out of me. Fucking assholes. So here's what they're talking about the current Uh-huh. Yeah, they're gloating about a cow crossover. I'm gonna have to ask the guy that steered her to me. Oh, looky here. His new fan, her new fan, her old fans are finding out from my fans that I'm more nuts than her. Yippee! Oh, fucking idiots. Sadomasochistic voyeurism, textbook shit. Hello, Mark. Let's see what they're saying in my thread today at 1:22. Oh, this Big Todd fuck's name. Or was that 1:22 a.m.? Yeah, that was 1:22 a.m. COPD, club fingers, lack of teeth, mental illness, pants pissing and shitting, and general lack of hygiene are all signs of a healthy 65-year-old, even if he looks 85. Very few people, when they just guess my age, very few people get me as old as 60. It's usually more in the like late 40s, early 50s that people see me. Okay, Sigmund Freud. This is not club fingers. That's just totally ridiculous. These are just chicken shit anonymous animated turds. That's all they are. Just animated shit. They're demon shit on the hoop. So the last day is going to be pretty fucking wild. Or it won't. I don't know. But this planet does not have long for human civilization to go on the way it is. There's anybody who doesn't see that the climate change is accelerating rapidly right now isn't paying attention. There was somebody wrote an op-ed piece about how they're saying 12 years, but it's really more like 18 months. And that it sure is. The Arctic the ice in the Arctic is just like 70 or something degrees, 75 degrees or something like that in Alaska. Crazy. Okay, so they're not really like doing anything that I need to pay any attention to. See if there's anything else interesting recent. 17 minutes ago, that's that. Here's Yawning Sneasel about Project Pull the Plug. Noah's in for a big surprise, Sneasel, you little turd. Would you like to see? I should post the crap from Noel. I read it. That's okay. It's gonna be Cloudflare is gonna pull his plug, or I'm going after Cloudflare immediately. I'm not gonna fuck around with this. This is too easy. Way too easy. I'm gonna get a emergency injunction on you. Shut your fucking asses right down. Bad day. I hope. So I guess if nobody's got anything they want to talk to, I'm about talked out. So I'll hang out a little bit more and see if anybody says anything, and then I'm going to shut it down. Maybe I'll play a little bit. Probably should. Yeah, I should. And then pouring in South Tucson. That was 20 minutes ago. It's not really pouring here. And I'm only a few blocks away from South Tucson. South Tucson City Hall is only like right down the street. What else is going on? And then yeah, I'm going to play a little bit. Here's I have the most wonderful friends that just don't take anything the way it's presented to them by the mainstream press. And the older they are, the more they just don't give a fuck about what you think. If it's like contrary to something that they know. Here's one that says, "Don't believe it unless you have personally seen and examined the body. Too much at stake to rule out cover-up." There's three very distinct possibilities of what happened. He might have actually killed himself. They might have killed him to make it look like suicide. They might have faked the whole thing and snuck him out of there and stashed him somewhere. Dumas Walker, I don't know that. Police, and this is happening all over the country. Mason, are you they're bragging about you're the one that brought Dana to me. Are you a member of Kiwi Farms? Are you a cow? Contact me contact me in my email and we'll talk about this. And you're free to call here anytime you want. No, I'm not gonna call that. I'm not. I'm just not yet. Maybe in a little bit. Oh, okay. I haven't read her thread yet, and I don't know what they're like harassing her over. And I don't know that I want to give them that much milk in public on a live stream. I don't know any Rod Stewart songs right off. There was only one I ever really liked. That was Maggie May. Yeah, I don't know any Rod Stewart songs. I'm sorry. I'll see what I got in the flute right now. I don't know. My head's just like a little bit scattered. No, I'm gonna. I hope I'll be able to do something for her where she is. Find somebody that can help her where she is. Well, I'm not that famous. I've been around, but I'm not that famous. It's kind of infamous, actually. It's more like it. Man, it could anything. There's so many different possibilities of what happened. We really need to hold off on judgment. No, don't worry about it, Mason. I don't know. I'm well enough known. I have a reputation that's just not what you define as famous in most most places. I'm known for what I do. Yeah, they're just top dead, man. There's just too many different possibilities that we need to. I already posted about it. I said I'm not, no, until I see the death scene photos and the autopsy report. I got nothing. I got no opinion on this. None at all, because it could, any of it could be true. Well, yeah, I was going to play something. Let's see what I can find. Yeah. No. Meh. That cough is not consumption. That was 2 quick coughs to move a whole big gob of mucus out of my throat. Fucking idiots. Yeah. Well, Mason, like I said, I don't think I want to give them the kind of milk they're going to get from them being able to hear us talking. So I'm going to cut this. I'm going to cut this off. And thank you all for coming. And see you next time. And I'm going to give you a call shortly, Mason. Happy day. Bye-bye.